guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is a much requested one on Instagram. A lot of people have been asking me to do a cut crease tutorial. I admit I'm not the best at cut creases, but I do know what works for my eye shape and I can kind of make it work. So I hope you guys find something helpful in this video, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first step is going to be primer. I'm going to use the MAC Painterly Paint Pot on just a big brush like this and apply this all over my eye. I always make sure to take this in the inner corners of my eyes too, just because this does have a little bit of pigment to it, so it is going to cover up like discoloration in there. And sometimes when we have on shadow and then we go in and do our base, it might be hard to get up there with concealer, so just having a little layer of this down might help with that discoloration if you have it in there. So for this cut crease look, I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. I'm just going to be using some of the neutral colors in here. They blend really well, and I love these glitters. They're so beautiful. So first I think I'm just going to go in with the shade Parched, just the lightest color, and I'm just going to sweep this all over. Since we want the upper half of the eye to be really blended, this will just help with that. And now I'm going to go into the shade Subtle. And we're just going to start to define the upper crease. Whenever I'm doing looks like this, I always like to keep like just a clean blending brush right in front of me so I can go back and diffuse any edges along the way. Now I'm going to take this Morphe blending brush. This is the Morphe Jeffree Star collection. This one has a little bit of like a point to it, so it's going to be a little bit more defined, not as blown out as the last color. I'm gonna take this shade Kumquat, and we're starting just with a really light amount of this color, so make sure you really tap off your brush. And I'm gonna put this also in the upper crease, but not going as high as we went with that one, just right below it. And we want this to be really diffused. And I'm bringing the colors pretty far out, just because we are going to be sweeping up the cut crease. Basically with these colors, we are just mapping out the general shape that we want. I'm going back in with that clean blending brush, and I'm just going to blend. Now just keep in mind, looks like this always look terrible until they're done. So if you are trying this and it's not coming along the way you thought or the way you hoped, just wait till the end. I'm sure it'll come together. If not, lashes will hide it. Now I think I'm gonna take, so I'm just mixing these two, and just below the last color we placed. So far I like the shape that I see. Now we just need to deepen it up. I'm gonna take a Morphe M433 and just the darkest shade in here. This one's called Drizzle. And you really want to accentuate the shape with this color because this is the color that you're going to be cutting the crease against. So you want to make sure that it's really nice and deep. My clean brush and just blend. So for this next step, I like to take a very small, precise blending brush, but still fluffy. If you use something like a pencil brush, I find it's really hard to blend out. I'm gonna go back in with the dark brown and just keep defining this line. Now I'm gonna go in with my ABH Soft Glam palette. I'm just using this for the black, so you don't have to use this palette. Any black that you have will work perfectly fine. Usually whenever I'm using black, I like to mix it with like a darker brown first, so I'm just gonna mix it with this color next to it. I actually just went in with the MAC paint pot again and just cleaned up a little bit underneath the brows. It was looking a little muddy up there, so I just wanted to clean that up just a little bit. Now I'm just going back in with that MAC paint pot, and we're going to cut the crease. Now, when you're cutting your crease, it all depends on your eye shape. I know a lot of people like to put the concealer kind of like at the base of their lashes and then look up, and then that's where they would cut their crease. I don't do that because mine would literally go up here to my brow. I kind of just tilt my head back and follow kind of where you see that line. Like the whole lid space basically is where I am putting this product. This part is always very stressful, but If you take your time, you will get it. Sometimes I will pull my eye. I know you're not supposed to, but honestly, to get this kind of look, sometimes that's just what you have to do. Now the hardest part is done. All we have to do now is choose a lid color. Ooh, maybe Snatched. Snatched or Filthy Rich? Snatched. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the wing. I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics roller liner, and I will go do that and I will be right back. So liner is on. I'm not the best at winged liner, but it's there. Now I'm just going to throw on some lashes. These ones are the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. They're just very wispy and a little bit cat eye. And while the glue is drying, I'm just going to throw on some mascara. You can use any mascara since we're covering up with falsies. Lashes are on, and now I just have to clean up all of the glitter. I use this makeup wipe to also sharpen the liner a little bit. So I didn't realize that I was not recording, but for primer I'm going in with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid. This one's in the shade Champagne Pop, and then the Maybelline Blur and Smooth Primer. I always just mix those on the back of my hand and then rub it into the skin. And for foundation today, I actually wanted to pull out my Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I haven't used this in so long, I honestly don't even remember how I feel about it. So I wanted to give it a try today. I'm just going to blend that out with my Morphe sponge. Now I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I have been so obsessed with this concealer since I tried it in that first impression video. Look at the difference. I'm going to highlight with this. I feel like that foundation made my skin look really heavy. To set the concealer, I am using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I love this powder. I ran out of this so long ago, and for some reason I never went to buy it again. But oh my goodness, it is so good. Since my skin is looking a little heavy, I'm not going to go in with a pressed powder to set the rest of my face. I'm just going to use the same sponge and the Maybelline powder and just kind of melt this into the skin with the sponge. I feel like if I went in with a pressed powder right now, my skin would literally cry. Contour, I'm going to use the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm going to take the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 100. I'm going to contour my nose. I've really been liking this as a nose contour. For an overall bronze, and I kind of want a little bit of like a sheen today, so I think I'm going to use this bronzer. This is from the Ambient Lighting Edit palette. This is discontinued, but it is just the Ambient Lighting bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. For blush, I'm just going to use Milani Romantic Rose. Now I'm just going to dust off the bake. Now I'm going to go in with the Ambient Lighting powder in Diffused Light, and I'm going to put this in my highlight areas. Now, of course, I'm just going to take my Morphe setting spray and we are going to spray the crap out of our face. It ran out, but it's okay because I have 5 backups. Now for my actual highlight, I'm going to go in with Kylie Santorini. Little on the nose. Now with a really small detail brush, I'm going to put this on the brow bone. And in the inner corners. And then of course, we're just going to spray one more time. Just going to go back into subtle. And then kumquat. And then drizzle. And now I'm just going to take like a flat brush like this and just buff out the edges. So for my lip color today, I'm going to use Whirl by MAC. And then for my liquid lip, I'm going to use Unbutton from Fenty. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed my cut crease tutorial for beginners. I know I'm not the best at it myself, but I hope you found something helpful in this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let me know any of your video requests on any of my social media. All of the links will be down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.